Well, hello and welcome back. Thanks for coming back. Where are we? Tala. Yes, there we go. What you just saw was the mini market. There's a pool cleaning place. You've got a pharmacy. What's going on here? There's something new going there. Oh, Spring Fair. There we are, Spring Fair. You've got a property seller. Why not, eh? You've got the hair salon, which is called The Salon. You've got a security firm. On the other side over here, you've got the Casa Luna restaurant. You've got the corner coffee shop. There's a lot going on. There's a big church up at the top here. I tell you what, as a little treat, we'll go up to the big roundabout, the funny roundabout that allows you to go up to the monastery, and it also allows you to go off into Kamara's village. But what we'll do is then take a left and go down through Tala. So we're going to drive through old Tala. You can't go onto the square anymore, but we'll sort of circumnavigate it, shall we say. You're going to get some great views, and you're going to get to see some more traditional Cypriot style properties, shall we say. And you may have noticed there's the odd bit of Eastering going on, because yes, it's Easter time. So if you want to work it out, British Easter was last week, Cypriot Easter is this week, so we're in about the third week of April. And the weather, well, it's been a bit chopsy mopsy if you're following the weather forecast, but it's not too bad today. If you're wondering what the temperature is, perhaps if your name is Miss Dawn, you've got a husband called Mr. Shaw, a cat called Miss Daisy, and a dog called Bobo. The temperature today is around about 21 degrees, and the skies, to be fair, are pretty blue. The sea is very blue, and Mr. Paul, well, he's dressed head to toe in blue, especially for you. Here we go, we're coming up to the strange roundabout. Here it comes. It's a big roundabout. What we're going to do is we're going to go round the roundabout, and then we're going to go down. Okay, so there we are. Now this house here has been condemned. It was condemned about 15 years ago. They just haven't knocked it down. Go left there, you go to Kamara's village. Go left there, and you go up to the monastery, as it says. I'm not even going to try and say it. There's a big monastery up there. That's the road we just come down. Oh, sorry. And that's the road that we're going to go down. This one here. There we are. So it gets a bit narrow, so breathe in. Oops, here comes the bin lorry. See, even the bin lorries work on an Easter weekend, you see. You'd be surprised, some of the things that function in Cyprus are strange, by the way, because I'm not trying to insult anyone, but often in Cyprus people don't really want to work very hard, and I include myself in that, by the way. You know, I'm not insulting anyone apart from myself. But some of the public services close, and some of the public services keep going. And the bin service, I mean, I know a lot of people in the UK complain about the bin service and the bin collections and all that. He's a very cautious man, isn't he? Look at that. He doesn't want to damage his Honda. Oh no, oh, he hasn't got a H on the back. It's fallen off. Oh my God. Oh, I'll have to get him one. Anyway, you know, people complain about the rubbish collection or the refuse service in the UK. I know that. I mean, I used to when I was there 15 years ago. And they wouldn't take this, and they wouldn't take that. If your bin wasn't closed, you got a fine for this. But in fairness, in Cyprus, the bin men, they're wonderful people. And I mean, they really are wonderful people. And they'll take anything. You know, broken cars, dead bodies, whatever it is, they'll just take it away. No questions asked. It just gets chucked in the back of that lorry, and it's off. And they don't even linger with intent around Christmas or Easter time looking for a tip. You have to go chasing after them to give them a tip. So, you know, to be honest, there's a lot of whinges about Cyprus, but when it comes to rubbish collection and that kind of thing, they really are good people. Now, here we are. We're in the old part of Tala. I'm sure you've worked out. A lot of the buildings have been refurbished and done up. That's quite a nice one there, isn't it? Isn't that nice? Really nice. And as we come out here, this is Tala, if you're posh. Tala Square. There we go. Have a look at that. Feast your eyes. This is the fully refurbished Tala Square. Go hunting back through our videos and pop in Tala Square, and guess what? You get to see us chomping around on the square itself. That's the big church in Tala. A very nice big church indeed. We will circumnavigate this little roundabout just to annoy anyone who might be behind us. And there you go. You get to get another view of Tala Square. See? Really nice Easter festivities. I mean, you come back here, well, late afternoon, and it's absolutely packed out in there, I promise you. There we are. As will this church be at this time of year, because, as I've said, it's Easter. Right, let's keep going down here. because there's a spectacular view coming up, that's for sure. Have a look at that, feast your eyes. A little bit of dust in the actual sky. We're still suffering with that dust, and it's going, don't worry. If you're coming out in about May, there's quite a few people coming in May, that's when the weather really starts to get nice, but it's not too hot. 26, 28 degrees, somewhere around there. And it's a great place to come. But they've put a new parking bay in there since last time going around here. This is a nice development, by the way, quite nice indeed. If you're looking for somewhere to invest in downtown Tala. Although, I'd be wary of that place there. That's a school, so parking, and worse than that, all the squawking, isn't it? Not trying to insult the kids, but all the squawking around lunchtime. I was always told never live by a school, and luckily for me I never have yet, so there we go. Right, there's a nice fully finished building. A few people have started to move in there, and I've actually got a customer that's in there. So anyway, we're back onto the main road, and we're going to go this way towards Kissonerga. And we're heading out towards Coral Bay, if you understand me. So slowly but surely, if you follow the, he's got a bit of damage on the side of his car, hasn't he? We don't want that job, that's for sure. Right, slowly but surely, if you follow the channel, you are going to learn your way in and around the area of downtown Paphos with a bit of a twist, and you're going to get to learn some of the landmarks, some of the local terms for the landmarks, or some of the landmarks that perhaps the expats give, because, you know, we don't speak much of this Greek-Leakish, so our pronunciation, well, Sherlock Holmes. So we give it names like Big Church, Little Church, petrol station, pub, those sorts of things. As British people, very simple people indeed. There we are. Well, I am anyway. There we go. So my father used to say, an idiot. And now I'll put a blue hat on and a pair of sunglasses just to top it all off. There we are. Right, here we go. There's another little church coming up here to give you a reference. There it is. Quite a nice little church. See that? Yeah. And there's a sign that says Kissonerga 2 kilometres and Coral Bay 5 kilometres. So you haven't got to put up with me for that much longer unless I drive very slowly. Now, big shout out to some of the people on the breakfast crew. How do you get on the breakfast crew, you wondered? Well, all you got to do is tickle me. Okay, you tickle me in those comments enough and say something that intrigues me, and voila, you will appear on one of those sofas. I mean, Dame Anne, she's there for the rest of her days, so you're going to have to put up with her for 30 years. She's a superstar amongst superstars, and she tells us what to do. She's in charge of head removal crew and all those kind of things. If you're a naughty person, someone like Mr. Jeremy, Lord Jeremy, who then became Janitor Jeremy, who may become Janitor Jeremy again, because that's what Lord Simon wants. Dame Anne's the girl in charge of that crew. And sitting next to her, well, there's a star, and they consult together. And Miss Anna Starr, all the way from Poland, the greatest lawyer in the world, she's in charge of all of the legalities. So Dame Anne says something, and Anna Starr goes and checks it out and says, perhaps it wouldn't be quite right to guillotine Lord Jeremy. Well, not today, not on the Sabbath, or something like that. I don't know. But she's, wow, Dizzy Blonde. Did you feel that for a pothole? Now there, and another one. Now there's a job for your husband. Yeah, get yourself out on that big bird, and he can go down to see the Gumbara #1. That's the Mayor for Donis. Fill the boot up with that black Mercedes with some tarmac macadam. Chuck a whacker plate on the back. Get a rake, get a shovel, and there you go. He's got a job for the rest of his days, I promise you, because Paphos has got a lot of potholes. And when he's finished with Paphos, just whiz up the road to Limassol, because it's not much better. Then you got Larnaca, Nicosia, Farmacusta. I think you get the idea. The roads are absolutely Sherlock Holmes. Look at these. Anyway, where are we? We're in the Kissonerga, well, orange groves. Yeah, there's oranges, there's bananas going on. That's what these are here, with the blue bags hanging on them. Those are bananas growing. So if you want a banana or two, pop down and well, reappropriate one or two. The big pothole coming up. Look at that, bang. Oof, terrible. No wonder I need a new strut on my Mercedes, eh? Most customers we've got always want bottom joint suspension arms, new alloy wheels, all these kind of things, because the roads, well, they're absolutely terrible. There we go. Right, we're coming up to a crossroads. It's saying Paphos that way. I don't know why you go to Paphos that way, because the quickest way is to go this way, Kissonerga. There we go. And if you were to drop down to the coast road, you get to Paphos faster. Anyway, doesn't matter. Google Maps with Mr. Paul. I tell you what, that sea is looking very, very blue indeed. You wait till we get a bit further and you get to see it. It's got like a turquoisey blue to it, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's one of the things that mesmerises me every single day. Now, I understand it's nice to live by the sea anywhere in the world, but as Miss Andrea keeps mentioning in her videos, that the North Sea is a little bit grey. And I'm not saying it's not nice, but it's not as nice as looking out across the blue Mediterranean Sea. As I've said in many videos, one of these days we're going to move. That's the way it works. When we retire, we are going to move somewhere else. But we promise you that we're never going to go very, very far away from the thing that's called the blue Mediterranean Sea. And there's also another bit of sea up between Greece and Turkey, isn't there? Which I think is the Aegean Sea, which blends into the Mediterranean Sea. So, you know, we're always going to be somewhere around that area, if you understand me. Because, well, if you're around that area, it probably means it's going to be quite warm most of the year, and it probably means that you're going to get spectacular views. So that's what it's all about, isn't it? Trying to make the most of the short life that we have, and that's what we try to do. So if you like what you see, hit the like, click subscribe, perhaps come back for a little bit more of our madness. And if you want to help the channel grow, want to go through to our About page, where you could consider to hit the Buy Me a Coffee icon once or twice, and that's how the channel is funded. And we thank you very, very much for the people that go through. Ronnie Miller, thank you very much. Biking Ronnie, thank you very much. Lord Richard Davis, and of course Miss Julie Nash, who's now a lady, of course. Thank you very much. My little mate, who's not that little, Viscount Leo, thanks very much. Paul Butler, the superstar, thank you very, very much. The list goes on and on. Nigel, Debbie, Princess Maya, thank you very much. My cuz King James, Queen Karine, the one and only superstar with a beaming smile on her face. She's waiting for it. Princess darling, yes, thank you very much. So the list goes on and on. Some more bananas. I think you can see that the sky is blue, and I think that you can see that the sea in the distance is very, very blue indeed, and all the blue cars are coming out in sympathy as well. And yet again, there's another dark blue car. Wow, there we go. I'm gonna have to go and get myself a dark blue S-Class Mercedes. Look at that. Wow, that is a little bay in Kissonerga, and that's where they're going to build the marina, by the way. So thanks for watching, and we'll let it fade out, and we'll see you in the next one.